It sounds like you're just used to where I mean, again, we used to work Google Leads as well. We had a terrible time with them, and I've heard some positive things about the integrity leads. The biggest problem is there's not really a bulk of them in one area. And then our group has never really works the check leads, but it sounds like you've really cut your teeth doing a ton of door knocking, and at this point, you've just kind of learned the do's and don'ts of door knocking. And once you get used to it, it's just not that big of a deal. What percentage of your business do you think comes from door knocking these last 6 weeks versus appointments?
Um, I would say still probably 70% is door knock business.
Okay. Holy moly. So basically, in any one of these given weeks, let's say if I were to add all these numbers up over the last 6 weeks of production, it's looks like it's somewhere in the probably 40 to 50,000 range. You're essentially saying if you hadn't been door knocking, you probably instead of writing 50 grand, you would have probably written closer to 20 grand.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, if I wasn't door knocking and was very well at it, then no, I wouldn't have wrote much business. Which is why I think, quite honestly, is what kind of cut my teeth in the first couple of weeks because I was buying 100 appointments, so I was having 10 to 5 appointments a day. So the first couple of weeks, I was like just running those appointments, 10 appointments. That takes up your whole day, especially on a Monday. So yeah, the appointments are nice. Like I said, the appointments are nice, but it's not guaranteed that you're gonna write business.
Yeah, there's obviously there's a no-show rate that's, fairly
Oh yeah.
significant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because yeah, I want to say that too, like I would say less than half of them are probably going to be no-shows. If you get 20 appointments, I would say 7 to 9 of them are going to be no-shows.
Okay, gotcha. I guess the last thing, we only got a couple of minutes here. We do have a lot of people that are in their first couple of months or first 3 to 6 months. Thinking back early on in your career, I mean, you wrote about 200K your first full year. Last year, you wrote 300K, and I'm not sure how your first 6 to 12 weeks on the job went. What would you say is kind of the biggest thing that you learned, your first 3 to 6 months on the job that had you done a little bit differently your first 6 months, you probably could have written more business?
You mean like in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning, not necessarily anything to do with Yes Leads, but just, back in 2023 when you were getting started or late 2022, what were the main things or the most important things you learned your first 3 to 6 months that had you known that early on, you would have done better?
Believing in myself. Absolutely. 1000%. If you're not believing in what you're doing and that you're going to succeed, then you're not going to succeed. And if I would have known that in the beginning, I would have probably succeeded a lot faster.
Okay. Well, good deal. Well, anything else that you feel like has been working on the Yes Leads, whether it's ways you're answering an objection at the door or in the house, or something technical that you've been doing the last couple of weeks that you feel like has really been working that someone might be able to incorporate in their day today or tomorrow?
um, I mean, honestly, I just love the ability to have all the opportunities to go see. Whether you're got 100 or 50 leads, that's a lot of people to go see. And the more we do this, the better we get. Practice makes perfect. So just being able to have the ability to work that many leads is a great thing. And being able to generate and provide that many leads is a great thing. So, some places you're put on a cap on how many leads you're able to get. So I think just being able to have, your own inventory, you know, getting up to 125 leads a week, that's the best part. I think I mean, I know everyone's already implementing that process, but just being grateful for it and actually working all the leads, that's the best thing you can do.
Awesome. No, I appreciate you saying that. It's like It is one of those things where it's like if that's what you've always had, you don't necessarily know any different, but kind of you but basically what you're saying is that you've had moments in time where you may only have 15, 20, 25 leads to be able to work, but having all those
Yeah,
excess kind of gives you a sense of comfort and opportunity and like not worrying about wasting a lead because you got 30 more, 50 more, 70 more that you can go and see.
exactly. Exactly. That's the best thing because I mean, we all have a different process, to this, but I would love to learn how to telesell. Honestly, I don't know what to say if I got on the phone, So, I understand it would probably be scarier to door knock if you knew how to telesell. Um, so I will say, like the first 6 months that I door knocked, I had butterflies every single day to my first door. And, like you just gotta do it. Cause once you do it, you're gonna be like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then you'll just keep doing it and get better.